I'm training hard, I'm eating clean, I'm staying consistent, but I'm still not seeing the results I want to see. Here's why. Most men think just because they're doing the training, they're doing a little bit of training, they're doing a little bit on plan with the nutrition, they're doing this, they're doing that. Yes, they're ticking the boxes, they're going through the motions. But the problem is, most men actually don't sit back and look at what other things are going on in their life. What vices have I still got going there? What am I doing potentially here that's wrong? What am I missing here? What are these little bits and bobs that are all getting missed here and there? The thing is, all these little bits and bobs that are missing all add up. All these little things that you think that, yes, I'm doing everything I need to be doing, I'm staying consistent, I'm eating my diet, I'm training hard, but all the other things that are still there that still need to be sorted. You're still missing a couple of cardio sessions a week. You're still missing a few steps here and there. You're still going out on a weekend and thinking, right, I've had a good week this week, and just thinking, right, fuck it, I'll do what I want. You're still doing all these other bits and bobs, but you think that you're still doing everything. The problem is, like I say, all these little bits and bobs all add up into big things. Yes, you might be staying track with your diet, you might be going to the gym a few times a week, but again, if you're just saying fuck out on a weekend and just leaving all the progress all week, you're still not going to move forward. And as well, you could be going out on a weekend, going for a few pints with your mates. This drink, again, puts you behind. You might get a bad night's sleep, and then that could lead into a couple of bad nights' sleep in the week. Again, all this stuff is going to put you behind. Just think, if you had all this stuff absolutely nailed on point, how quick you would get where you want to be. Most men come with a certain amount of time, but the problem is they don't leave enough time before certain things. They'll have this holiday in mind, right? Before the holidays even come close, they'll be like, right, I've got this holiday booked. I've just booked this holiday. It's 6 months away. But the problem is they don't start till 8 weeks before. They leave it till the last minute. They're like, right, I've got this holiday now. It's 7, 8 weeks away, but I want to get in shape. For most people, it's unrealistic. Most men just want the comfort. They want all the pleasures. They want to still go out. They want to eat meals. They still want to do this. They still want to do that. They don't want to lock in. So is really getting in shape in 8 weeks the right amount of time? For most people, no. If you wanted to get in shape in 7 to 8 weeks, you would have to absolutely lock the fuck in. Do everything what was needed to be done. You would probably have to be aggressive as well. You would have to do loads of cardio. You would have to do loads of steps. You would have to do all the rest of the stuff which you probably didn't want to do. But if you actually just set a time frame, right, I've got 3-4 months now to my holiday. If you just started steady then, when you actually knew you had 3-4 months, and you just built up gradually, you built your cardio up, you gradually brought your food down. This way, you wouldn't feel as fatigued, you wouldn't feel like shit. You probably would want to actually do the plan. You would actually see results. You could maybe as well have a little bit more balance. You could still, if you had a 4-month period, you would still be able to go on a night out here and there maybe. You would still maybe be able to fit in an off-plan meal every so often. Yes, obviously locking in for the full 4 months would see the best results. But again, if you're still wanting this stuff and you have 7-8 weeks, it's unrealistic. You're not going to be able to do it. If you wanted to get in shape in that 7-8 week period, yes, you could do it, and you still could make good progress. If you're absolutely locked in, you did everything that was needed to be done, no off-plan meals, nothing like that, just fully locked the fuck in, you would still be able to get good results, yes. But like I say, most men do not want to leave all these pleasures behind. They still want to have all this fun, but they still want the results. And it's unrealistic, boys. You've got to do things that you weren't doing before. You've got to cut these things out. You've got to go through the pain. It's not always going to be a straightforward journey where you absolutely breeze through it. Yes, some people do lose fat easier than others. Some people, the body fat flies off. Some people, it takes longer. But like I say, for most men, they've just got to lock in, and they always get the best results possible. The ones that lock in, they do everything what's told. The guys as well who reach out to someone who's already where they want to be, the guys that are ahead, maybe a coach, maybe one of the mates that already have done these transformations, they reach out to him. Oh mate, can you help us get to where I need to be? Or they have a coach, they have someone there that's holding them accountable. So every time they potentially feel like they want to slip up or they have problems or anything like that, they have a coach, accountability coach. Accountability coaches are honestly the best investment you can ever make. You have everything there you need. So if you had a coach, you would have all your training, all your nutrition, all your cardio. Things would get changed all the time. You have someone there as well, so you know, right, someone's watching over me all the time, so I know I do not need to slip up. If I slip up here, he's going to be there. He's going to kick me ass. I'm going to let him down. I'm going to let myself down. So that's the reason why it's good to invest in a coach as well, because it gets you where you need to be quicker, faster, and as well, you don't have to worry about anything yourself. It's already set out, it's laid out for you. For the sake of whatever it costs a month for a coach, is it really worth the cost? I think 100%. The money is priceless. It's an investment into yourself. Investments into yourself are literally what I just said, priceless. There's no ifs, no buts. You could think what you could spend £100 to £200 a month on a coach. If you were going out every single weekend, you were drinking, you were doing this, you were going out for food, you would save that money on that. If you were investing it into a coach, you would get the best results possible, you would feel good, you would perform good, you would become the best version of yourself, you would become the guy as well. The thing is, when you're doing it yourself, yes, you can achieve amazing results. Yes, you can get the result. You can see some good results yourself. But the problem is, most people, when they do get these results, what they do is they don't become the guy. When they don't become the guy, they get the results. As soon as they've got these results, they'll just go back on the self, get out of shape again, go back to where they were at the start, and they're pretty much in exactly the same position they were when they started. And the reason why is because they haven't become the guy. To become the guy, what you've got to do is build a set of evidence that you can do what you say you can do. You build the confidence as well, which you build in the process, yes, but as well, if you're only doing it for 7 to 8 weeks, is it really going to build that confidence? Probably not. So like I say, becoming the guy is massively important. Otherwise, what you're going to do is just get in shape and you're going to go back to where you were at the start. The same thing is, this little analogy is good. If I was to gift you the physique I have, so if I was just to say, right, there you go, have it, and you could have it, and you literally just got it given that second you got given my physique, it would literally go out the window within a few weeks. You would be back to how you looked before, you would be back out of shape, you would be back feeling like shit, because you haven't become the man. And you've got to become the man to be able to maintain a good physique. If you don't become the man, like I say, you're just going to go back to your old habits, you're going to go back to what you were doing before, you're going to go back to eating shit, you're going to go back to doing this, you're going to go back to doing that. Because you haven't sorted these little things, mindset shifts, vices, all these other bits and bobs, you haven't sorted. If you don't sort them first, you're not going to get where you need to be.